afternoon show, and it kind of links up with something I want to talk about next, actually, and picking up on television, which is what Carol was just talking about, because my next guest, well, we need to talk about an ogre and a princess that bonded over flatulence. Although enough about Martin and I. Let's talk about Shrek the Musical, which is currently on stage at the Bristol Hippodrome. And if you've seen it, and I know lots of you have because you've messaged me to say what a great show it is, then you'll know that it's really good. And joining me in the studio right now, we've got Faye Brookes. She's an actress and she plays Fiona. Welcome onto the programme. We were just talking about TV, and actually you're going to be in Our Zoo, which is a brand new drama on BBC One starting on Tuesday.
A week today.
Yeah. Oh, it wouldn't. Yeah. Okay. Wednesday. Wrong one.
We got there.
What day is it on?
It's the 3rd of September.
Yeah. Good. There we are. 3rd sorted. And what's happening in that one?
I don't want to give too much away because it is a brand new drama to BBC One, but it's basically based on a true story about Chester Zoo, and I'm from Manchester myself, so it's quite dear to my heart. So it's nice to know I'm actually involved in a programme that's something I absolutely know 100% about. At the same time, I'm pretty much involved from the beginning of all this family that gets put together, and
is this like your first? Is this your biggest TV role?
Yes.
So this is going to be a very exciting moment in your household when this happens.
Don't get me nervous, but yes.
Are you going to be on? Are you still on stage? Are you going to be on stage that night, or actually?
I
watching on
am
TV?
actually going to have it on in my dressing room as I'm turning into an ogre on stage.
I love that. That's brilliant.
Two worlds. Yeah.
If you just reminded me, Chester Zoo?
Chester Zoo, yeah.
I went to one of my friends. She had a wedding in that area, and I say in that area because it wasn't at Chester Zoo. It was nearby, but SatNav sent us around going through bits of Chester Zoo. I'll never forget that was the time when we followed SatNav, and it was a huge mistake as we ended up arriving almost as they were about to start walking up.
No.
Yeah, not good.
No, it's a lovely story, so tune in for that next week.
Okay, well, good luck with that big moment occurring on BBC One then. Our Zoo, that's the show that my guest is in, Faye Brookes. But right now, though, you are playing a princess.
I am.
For people who aren't familiar with Shrek, or they don't know what it is, well, tell us a little bit about it. What happens in it?
So Shrek is our main man, and he's telling his story. But what we don't know is that there's other different fairy tales that kind of come into play. You know, you've got Pinocchio, you've got the Three Bears, Donkey, and obviously Princess Fiona. There's so many other characters, and I can't name but a few. They're all got their interesting stories, and their backgrounds are just full of adventure, and they basically unravel as we start to get to know who Shrek is and what he's about. And obviously the moral of the story is kind of don't judging a book by its colour, with the whole Shrek being as green as he is and as big as he is and as smelly. It turns into this beautiful story where he meets a girl, and she's been cast this awful kind of curse since she was a child, and every night when the sun goes down she turns into this ogre, and it's only true love's kiss that can break the spell, and she finds her true love, but she just doesn't realise that she is beautiful on the inside when she's turning into this awful sort of hideous creature she describes herself. And after meeting Shrek and falling in love with him, the kiss breaks the spell and they end up living happily ever after. But it's lovely that everybody kind of, if they don't know the story, know that there's more to it. And if you've seen Shrek 2, 3 and 4, there's lots more to come. But in our musical, we just kind of have the basic story which everybody kind of is familiar with.
Yeah, that's the film that I've seen.
Yeah. Story of Shrek.
What do you get to wear then?
Oh, well, there's a lovely tap moment where I'm in sequined hot pants, and they're also green, which I have to
there can't be many people who possess anything like that. I don't think green was
a big colour in my life until I actually took part of this musical. So, yes, lots of green, and at the very end of the show, I turn actually green, paint green.
Do you have to wear a mask?
They just paint my face in like 90 seconds. I'm in full wedding dress, and then I've got the prosthetic hands on. Yeah. And then they paint my face, and I go on stage. And so the magic of theatre.
Wow, so it's not a spray paint, it's actually with a brush.
Actually, 2 people painting my face.
Does that do bad things to your skin?
Oh, I hope not.
No. Well, it's all right. You're not green today. Andy's actually been in touch. We've had lots of questions, but Andy says, look, you're fantastic as Princess Fiona, firstly. But how would you describe your character or personality, her character or personality, rather than your own?
Oh, Fiona's very complex. But I just think she's every girl's girl as well. She's ballsy. She is a go-getter, quite independent, can kind of take care of herself, but that's because she's been in a tower for 20 years. And she obviously meets these men and she's not intimidated at all. So I kind of like that about her. It's quite modern, really.
Yeah, I think it is. Are there any, the moments when it's very funny, it is a funny show, do you find it difficult not to laugh?
Absolutely. Oh my God, have you seen the guy who plays Farquaad? Jez is the funniest man I've ever met, and he...
Just saying his name actually makes me worried.
Jared. Jez. Hi, Jez. No, he is brilliant at what he does, and obviously spending the whole show on his knees is interesting as it is, but the fact that it's, all the stories, like, half the jokes go over the kids' heads, obviously, because there's a few innuendos there that we don't talk about, obviously, on the radio right now, because we don't know who's listening. But it's all very, very clever, and it's all kind of for the adults, for purely entertainment purposes. And obviously, I'm going to find it amusing. I just have to channel somewhere inside of me to concentrate and to get on with telling the story.
Do you have a serious image that you think of? Because I think lots of people do have one thing that they think, right, that's the image, I just need to recall that now.
Well, even when you were at school and you were getting told off by somebody, you'd still have that inner kind of, I'm nervous and I need to laugh. That's the exact feeling I get when I'm wanting to laugh at my fellow friends on stage. You
just have to somehow put the lid on it. Andy also says, look, what is your favourite part of the show?
Oh, it's got to be my moment with Shrek when there's many different awkward sounds coming out of the speakers of the theatre and we're the ones making those sounds. Whether it's a burp or two, I'm not sure, but I find that really funny because it's so out of character for myself that that's probably the highlight of my show. When
you can let rip. Yes, that'll be the one. How did you end up doing all of this then? Have you been doing lots of stuff on West End?
I started out quite late, really. I was 15 and kind of figuring out what I wanted to do for GCSEs and all of that higher education malarkey when I was younger, and my family were just like, you want to do what? I was like, I think I want to do acting. And I'd always kind of taken part in little performances here and there. I remember me and my brother putting on various shows in the garden over the summer period, but we wanted to kind of just discover what that would mean if I did want to do it as a professional job. And my dad was adamant that I had a serious job on the side because he thought I would never make any money being an actress.
What does your dad do?
He works on an oil rig. Okay. He's a mechanical engineer.
He's really
he's very practical. No one in my family does what I do, which I quite like.
Yeah, no,
they'll always keep me rooted, grounded.
So, because you've you've totally embraced all of this as well. Your other half is someone who's showbiz as well.
He is.
Can you say who he is?
You can, of course we can.
So Gareth Gates is your partner. So you are part of this whole sort of other world, which must seem like a million miles away from them.
Oh, and his world is so different to mine sometimes. I kind of just don't even think about it, really. But yeah, we're very, very lucky, and he works incredibly hard, and obviously I've had to work hard because I did start out very late.
So what age were you when you ended up starting out?
I was 18 when I got to higher education and ended up finding myself in a musical theatre career, as in taking lessons at Guildford School of Acting, and ended up getting a degree and getting an agent. I randomly just ended up in the West End in Greece, and I was like, I'm so lucky. But obviously I didn't breathe at all from that moment. Getting to drama school, spending 3 years there, getting my degree, and basically just living the dream, really.
Oh, well, look, this is good. What happens when you finish Shrek?
When I finish Shrek,
happens next?
I will watch this space.
Is it going to be more TV?
I would love to say that right now. Yes, that is the idea. So I definitely keep your ears open for that. So yes, please.
Okay. Well, look, how long are you going to be in Shrek at Bristol at the Hippodrome for?
We're here for another week and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
So week and a half then, if you would like to see my guest, Faye Brookes, acting in Shrek, and the messages we've had loads. Anna says, look, you're all fantastic in Shrek. Lots of really positive messages. Andy, Chloe, Neil, Paula, Sarah, Loretta, lots of people have been getting in touch. So some really good reviews.
That's
so thank
lovely.
you for coming on the programme.
Thank you for all their support as well. The Bristol crowds have been amazing.
This is what we like to hear. Well, look, in a moment's time, I'm just going to rustle up a song that comes from Shrek, actually. So we'll finish with that one in just a mo. At BBC Radio Bristol,
we love all things local. We bring you the latest news, sport, travel and weather.
But we also bring you over 4 hours
of local music every week.
I'll meet you in the woodhouse again.
Every day, the whole world breaks my heart.
We give local musicians a platform alongside some of the biggest names from the last 5 decades.
Doesn't mean we're in love.
No one supports local music
like BBC Radio Bristol.
So, final song from the show. This one is linked to Shrek, isn't it, Faye? This is, The Monkees and I'm a Believer.
The finale.
I thought love was only true in fairy tales, and for someone else, but not for me. Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed. Disappointment haunted all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace of doubt in my mind. I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? And all you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Not a trace. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
It's the Monkees, I'm a Believer. It's our showstopper today. We wanted to play that one because that's how Shrek the musical finishes, which is on right now at Bristol Hippodrome if you would like to catch it on its tour. That's it from me. I'll be back with you tomorrow live from 2.